Good evening, y'all. Welcome back to my journal. Today is entry number 5. Today I'm going to talk about mainly intensity in training and the moves I'm learning and working on and mindsets I'm going to implement into um so the first thing I'm going to talk about is intensity with my training partners, intensity rolling sessions, intensity endurance class, at the belt test. It feels like I'm past survival. At least in my main class, main gym, I'm past this idea of survival where I'm the one who is making them survive my attacks. It's been 7 months now since I've been training, and there's new people coming in every day, every week, every month. There's new people coming into the doors and train them and they stay and they continue to train. These they do make me survive at moments, but when it was my first couple months, every day was survival. Every day I was surviving. It felt like I was fighting for my life, and that feeling has kind of faded over time. Now, don't get me wrong. This feeling still creeps in and comes and says hello, hi, but it's not the prevalent theme of the training session. So I need to figure out some mindset or some cue to allow myself to put it on them, to make them survive, right? Where part of me is thinking, make them want to give up, right? Like that's the ultimate victory, right? You put it on them so hard, they want to give up in the role, right? I can't make them give up quickly, but and not necessarily not give up because they have will. Make them. There's multiple ways where they can give out. Give up because of their cardio. Give up because of this. It's like where should I be aiming? Do I aim to make them give up? Do I aim to submit them? Like I just have trouble wanting to go like intense with everyone. There's a couple of people who I go crazy with, right? But I'm trying to find that sweet spot. The porridge over here is too cold. The porridge over here is too hot. I'm like Goldilocks. There's a perfect temperature somewhere. So, I'm mainly just talking to myself. Maybe I'll have some ideas on how y'all roll, but I think now I'm kind of lenient, like I don't really think any position's bad, hold me in side control. I have no problem with that. There's no points in the gym. There's no real winning. There's no real losing. I'm kind of comfortable anywhere. Um, but this is a good transition point to how training went today. So training started at 4:30. Teaching the little kids class. We're teaching them, boom, slam the feet down, give them the shoulder, and then as you go to maintain side control, get that frame in, and then you go into close guard. That's my move from everywhere. Is just get the guard back. And I've been playing with this idea, watching this John Thomas video where the guard is about controlling the distance. You know, I've probably heard this multiple times, and but the whole theme of this thing is my lens. What am I my lens in right now? So, I've been trying to work on my guard, and the frame is good. So we're teaching them framing. Go through the class, whatever. That's just so I can remember that technique. And then we get to the adult training, where today we were just drilling how to get out of half guard. So, step one, get the cross face and drop the hip and invite them to bridge or to roll or try to roll and then, back step out. Or you could go the other way. But the most important thing that I also want to talk about for training is my side triangle. The Yoku Senkaku, cool idea. How effective is it really? probably not that effective. It's such a it's a niche place to get to, and to invest so heavily into it could work and could be fine, but I feel like I'm putting too many points into that. Um I need to recalibrate where I'm a lot, allowing myself to research and train and put attention to. Sure, I could continue to drill it and get it down perfect, which I probably am going to do. That's how you get better at jujitsu, is you get better at very small details, and then eventually these details will add up into something that is insurmountable and visible in difference of how you play and how you train and how you participate in roles. But in the future, I may need to find places that I'm getting to more often where the answer is not so obvious. So what I mean by that is when I enter the side triangle position, you have the Kimura, you have your legs around their head and arm. There's not a lot of places to go and there's not a lot of things to do. So the answer is very clear in the sense of I either get the Kimura or I get the triangle. It's a very easy dilemma to solve. But the dilemma of how do I get out of top mount is a bigger dilemma in the sense of there's so many escapes I could do depending on where their weight is, what they're trying to, attack. Are they even attacking? Am I 100% defensive? Am I framed on the hips? At what point, I need to learn all these tiny details. It's not so clear. I finally got around to asking about Kimura Trap entries so I can get to the side triangle. So I can use the move that I'm trying to learn that interests me in my homework time. You got the rolling Kimura where you step in, you reach over, and then you kind of kip your hips behind them. You got the one where you're in top half guard, you grab the far arm, and then you kind of, kip out to the back as well. You got the one where you're on bottom half guard, and you go for the Kimura sweep. There's a lot of places to get there. And that's another thing I've been thinking about is whenever you learn a move, any move, for example, in the Ezekiel, I learned it from top mount. You go behind the head, you grab the fingers in, and then you cut in for the angle. But I need to try to get more creative with how I envision, because you can hit Ezekiels from anywhere. You can hit triangles from anywhere. You can hit arm bars from anywhere. Things start to make more sense where as you train the submission more and more and try to hit it from more and more places, your options become limitless. You just start to see it everywhere. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that, and pretty interesting. I'm working on that. Well, I know this video was kind of all over the place. I'm working on speaking to y'all at the camera. I've gotten some feedback. I know I say like and way too much. I say a little bit more than I would like to. I'm trying to work on my speaking skills because this tends to be just, off the dome. Sometimes I have to do it multiple times because I mess up the recording. Sometimes I do write things down to kind of organize my thoughts because I'll watch the video back and I'm like, I didn't even talk about that one thing I wanted to talk about. But, I'm improving to make this a higher quality and easier to listen to. I understand. I listen to it back and it's pretty rough sometimes. But besides that, I hope y'all had a good day training as well. I hope y'all get your homework in. I hope y'all feeling good, not injured. Have a nice night. See y'all on the next entry.